Then if we shift all of these downstream, I should be able to match these two rows here. Look at this. Pink, pink, white, white, yellow, yellow. That is amazing. That was one of the best moves I've ever done in this game, seriously. Hey everyone, this is Abducktion. Today I will be showing you Abducktion, a weirdly strategic duck kidnapping game. Yeah, it's time for something weird again. You know, I like the less known games, the weird games, right? And I also try to show them off on the channel. There are way too many games that I want to show off, so I can't show off all of them. But I thought, well, you know what? This is strangely crazy enough that I definitely want to show it off. All right, so before we get started, grab yourself a cup of tea and let's do this. All right, there we go. So what is this? This is actually, I don't know if you can see it on the back. Hey, no, not really, not too much. But it actually is a game where you have like your little board and the ducks are always like going downstream here pretty much, like whenever there are empty spots, and you're trying to fulfill specific patterns, and you have like movement cards, so to speak, like you have like action cards you can use in order for to manipulate where the ducks are. This is a game for 1 to 4 players, but if you have like the expansion that I also have, I think you can play with up to 5 players. All right, so without much further ado, let me just quickly set up the game and then we can get started. And that is pretty much the setup of the game. So in a multiplayer game, I think that it's just slightly different, but it's like essentially like the same game. Solo multiplayer. Multiplayer, you just see who has the most points at the end. Solo, you're just trying to reach a specific point threshold, or you're trying to like do as good as you can, because this is a beat your own score game with like a ranking table. In a multiplayer game, you get 3 action cards. In a solo game, you get 5 action cards. These are the main differences, right? In a solo game, it works like this. You see, like we have like these different patterns here, these shapes, and we are trying to like reach those with our ducks. Like these blue ducks always mean they need to be in the same color, and like if you have like these orange one as well, that's like a second color, right? So this could be, for example, yellow, pink, yellow, pink, yellow, pink, for example, right? Or these could all be white and whatever. And these are like the shapes here, the shapes that you want to reach in these patterns. Adjacent ducks are not only the ones that are right next to each other in one of these 2 rows, but also like in the column, right? So this duck would have these 3 adjacent. That can be important because of all the action cards. What we do in this solo game here is the following. We are playing action cards and trying to fulfill the patterns. And the action cards let us like manipulate like, where the ducks are positioned here, right? So, and whenever we reach one of these patterns here, we take the card. That's our points at the end of the game, and we can draw up to 2 cards, up to a hand limit of 5. And that is pretty much it. Whenever there are ducks missing here, we always throw like ducks we have taken out. We throw them back in the UFO. Then we shake up the UFO. That will be a little bit loud during the recording, but there's nothing I can do about that really. And then we just like all the ducks go like move downstream. And then like we replace the missing ducks, right? So like the components are really cool. We have like these really like small plastic ducks, which are like really cute. There are also like green ducks in here, like sparkly ducks. These are from the expansion. These are wild ducks, right? I always put them in the base game because, well, it's just better to play with that, especially when you're playing solo. Because solo can be really hard. You can actually lose like within like 1 or 2 turns, pretty much, like or very very early, because if you're unlucky with the cards here, right? Like with the placement of your ducks and with the cards that you have here. All right, so and another cool component is like this silicone UFO, right? It's like all from silicone here, and you can just shake that up, and then you can take out like the ducks here, which is pretty fun. It's kind of weird, this component, but it's kind of cool. All right, so let's get started regarding our playthrough here. So let's just see. I will just spread out the cards that I have. I'll just spread them out a little bit here, and then we can like take a look at them. Okay, so we see the patterns here. Like this pattern, for example, I couldn't reach. There's 5 colors in the 5 ducks in the same color. I have no ducks with the same color, right? But here, like 4 in a row would be kind of cool. So let's just see what we have here. So I will not read out all of these cards here, right? But there are different ones. I can put the body snatchers on top of each other kind of here, right? Because these are same card, and then they put that one here so you can actually see all the cards. You probably can't read it, but that's fine. So, for example here, this one, the orbit, rotate any square group of 4 ducks on your board clockwise or counterclockwise, rotate as much as desired. That would be a pretty good thing to do, because what I could do, I will now play this, so we will just discard right here, UFO a little bit to the side, and now I can take one square of ducks and rotate it. And I will take this square right here, and I will just rotate it, and rotate it once more, so that it looks like this here, right? And now you see I have 4 ducks of the same color in a row, just like there. So that means I have won this card. So I will take this card and will just put it aside for scoring later on. The ducks that I have used for this pattern are removed. And now we move all the ducks downstream. The reason why I wanted to do that is I want to maybe try to get like 5 of one color to be able to do this. Then we replace this one here, like this. See, now we have like more intricate patterns as well. Then we take the 4 ducks I have removed. We put them back in the UFO. Now it's getting loud. Then we shake the UFO. And then we take new ducks and put them right here in our stream. And that's pretty much how the game works. Since we have cleared one of these patterns, in a solo game you get to draw up to 2 cards. We already have 4, we can only have 5, so I only draw 1 card. Another body snatcher. Okay, body snatcher are pretty interesting because these let us just remove 3 ducks from our board, like any 3 ducks. It's not too bad, right? So we can just like fill up with more ducks. Stop any number of top row ducks on your board with the corresponding duck directly below it on the bottom row. We can just like swap from the first and second row, and then also like the wormhole, switch any duck on your board with any duck on an opponent's board. That one has a different function in solo. That means I can just take any duck I want to from the UFO, right? I can just look in here and take whatever duck I want and replace it with any duck on my board. That would be kind of helpful. All right, so I have now 5 yellows, right? So what I need to do is get that yellow over there and this yellow over. Oh no, I need 6 ducks here. Oh no, that's even not enough. So what I could do, I think a good idea would be to do the body snatcher, right? And remove any 3 ducks. Let me see. And I would like to have like another duck here and other ducks here, right? So I will take these, and now these will not move downstream because it says don't shift any ducks downstream. I just draw 3 new ducks at once, and then I can place them wherever I want to. There is a wild here. That is not too bad. That wild one I will put over there. Like this, I think. Does that make sense what I'm doing here? Kind of. It kind of makes sense. It's not perfect, but it's okay. So these 3 ducks that I removed, I will just put them back in the UFO. Alright, so I would really like to get this one here. Like 10 points is a lot, right? And I'm almost there. All I need to do is get that duck over here, but I don't have like any like good ones here that I can use. You know what I will do? I will do the body snatcher again. I will remove these ducks here and also this one actually. Alright, so let's just draw 3 ducks and hope for at least 1 yellow one. Let's just see. Let me just draw deep down in the UFO here. Come on. It's like kind of hard to get them out because like these flaps always like kind of get in the way, right? Alright, so and then 2 more. Okay, please put them back. Alright, so let's see. That's not too bad. I will put the yellow one there. These 2 here. Okay. Was that a good idea? I think so. So I have these 4 in a row. This duck needs to go over there. But I can't really move that, I think, right? Not really. Okay, so no, that's not gonna work. So I will have to do the wormhole. I will remove this one here and replace it with a yellow duck. Let me just find one. There is one. There we go. Right here. I'll put that back and shuffle that up. Okay, so, and now you see I got 4 in a row and like 2 here above. So I actually have that one. That is amazing. That was very expensive. I had to play 3 cards for that, but I get 2 back, so it's not too bad. So I will remove all of these. Right, I will just put them down here. Then everything moves downstream all the way here. Then we put those back. We shuffle this all back up and get some new ducks out here. Alright, yeah, that's pretty much like how the game plays. Oops. So, alright. So, let me get a new card here. And I can draw up to 2 new cards. Black hole again, okay, that's not too bad, I think. Black hole means that I can abduct all ducks of one color. So I can just remove 1 color. That couldn't be too bad. Alright, so let's see. This one here, actually, I could maybe do, right? Because I already have, like, these 4 here. So I need a yellow one up here. Oh, that's a wild, anyway. And I need a pink one down here. Alright, swap any number of top row ducks. That doesn't help. Remove any 3 ducks from your board. And don't shift them downstream. That's the same thing I had. Abduct all ducks of 1 color. I don't want to shift anything downstream, right? Because I have these 4 in position already. Rearrange the order of a straight line of 3 ducks on your board. That is really good. I can take this one. Then I will just rearrange these 3 ducks here in like this. I think that's pretty good. Because now you see, I got yellow, yellow, yellow. Because the green, the white ones are always like whatever I want to. And pink, pink, pink. So I have this travel here. Nice. So I can take this one. These are all removed, these 6. These are all moved to downstream again. That's actually a pretty good game. Because you may think, yeah, but I only have 3 cards. Like, I only finished 3 of them. But that's pretty good already, right? That's better than the last game I had. Where I was doing really bad. I already also had 3 cards, I think, when I ended my last game. But I had, like, not like such high scoring cards. Right, so pink, blue, and here's green, sure. Like this. The theme is so wacky. Such a weird theme. But I think it's pretty funny. Alright. So, that's fine. These ducks that are removed, I'll put them back in here. We shuffle that UFO up, and I get 2 new cards. Swap is something new, and another swap. Okay. Switch the locations of 2 ducks that are next to each other on your board. That's not too bad. There is another one, but let me just switch 2 no matter where they are. Alright, so I don't have 4 ducks of the same color. Well, actually, like the blue, oops. Like the blues and like green one maybe. Oh, that's an issue now. Because, you see, and this is like when the game becomes really tough in solo, because these are 5 ducks of the same color. I don't have 5 ducks of the same. So I can only try to do egg. That is possible with like the blue ones, but I have to get like these blue ones all the way over there. That is really, really rough. I think instead what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the body snatcher again. I'm going to remove 3 ducks. And I will remove, yeah, what will I remove? It depends on what I get, right? But I think I will remove these 3 here and hope I get some blue or green ones. Or even white would be okay. Oh no. That's completely wrong. That's exactly what I don't need. Oh no, okay, I think this might be the end of the game actually. Actually, I do have a few more ideas. Let me put that one there. And this one over here. And then I will do this black hole, abduct all ducks from 1 color. Then I will abduct all of the yellow ones. Then everything is shifted downstream. Alright. By the way, this is not water, right? Not really water. This is like in space. It's like water in space. I actually don't know what kind of story this is supposed to be. Ooh, a lot of wilds. That's gonna help me. Okay, so we can actually continue. That is pretty good. Alright. So we don't have a whole lot of things here left, but I think I already can do this one here. But I would like to do this one here. Can I do that? Swap any number of top row ducks? No, I don't think that's gonna work. Switch the locations of 2 ducks that are next to each other. I can do that. I will do that twice. Just in order to move these 2 here and move these 2 there. Because then now I have this turtle shape, you see? 3 at the top and these 2. That is nice. So these are all removed here. All downstream again. Yeah, I actually don't quite know what the story for this game was. I don't know if it's important, right? Because it's like a really weird game, but a really weird theme. Alright, so let's get 5 out here. Alright. So usually you would pull them out one by one and then put them on here, right? But it's like kind of hard to pull them out, so I just pull out all of them that I need and then just put them here randomly, right? Okay, like this, and I can draw 2 new cards. Abduction. This is like I can just remove any duck. And shapeshifter, I can rearrange the order of a straight line again of 3 ducks. Okay. Okay, so this one's a little bit different here. This one means that I have 3 ducks in any color combination, but the ones below need to be the same, right? Need to match the 3 ducks above. So, for example, like pink, blue, yellow, and then again pink, blue, yellow. Okay, can I do any of these? Do I have 4 of the same color? Yeah, with white or pink, I would have for this one here. This one is kind of hard to do. Actually, no, I think that could work. I have an idea. I have a really cool idea. That could work. Remove that from your opponent's board, and then shift all downstream. This is a very good move, I think. This could really work because I'm going to remove this one. Then if we shift all of these downstream, I should be able to match these 2 rows here. Look at this. Pink, pink, white, white, yellow, yellow. That is amazing. That was one of the best moves I've ever done in this game, seriously. Alright, so let me put this one back. Get a new duck. This. So, and now we have this here. That's nice. That's a good one. So these are all removed. These are shifted downstream. We put these back here. Okay, and then I just get 2, 4, 6 more new ducks. There we go. No wilds this time. That's a shame. But the base game doesn't have wilds, right? So the wilds are only like in the expansion. And the expansion has even more cards. I don't play with those cards. I usually just play the base game. So yeah. Okay, so then we turn over a new card here. We have swap, and we have abduction. Remove any 2 ducks that touch from you or your opponent's board. Okay, so just get rid of 2 ducks. Alright, this playthrough is much longer than I thought it would be because I'm actually doing quite well, and now I've jinxed it. Alright, so this one here, oh, I could kind of work with that. I could depends. I could kind of work with that, but not easily. So any number of top row ducks with those on the bottom. This one, this one would be great to do, but I can't do it. I need 1 more yellow duck for that. Okay, but I don't have that. Remove any 2 ducks that touch and then shift. Swap the locations of 2 ducks that are next to each other. Yeah, that's kind of rough. So what do I do here? What I will do is I will do this abduction. I will remove these 2 here. Actually, will I remove these 2? No, actually, let me remove this one and that one. These 2. Everything shifts downstream. It could be that we're at the end now, because these are actually kind of hard to get. But you see, I almost have like 4 yellow ones here. That is not horrible. So let me just put 2 ducks here. Oh, we actually have 1 more yellow duck. Oh, okay. Can we do this now? That would be amazing. Can we do that? Let me see. I would have to have them all in 1 row, because then it could work. Not quite. Can't do it quite, I think. Because let me just see. If I put this one over there, then I would need 1 over there. Nah, it's not gonna work. I would need like all in 1 row. If I had them all in 1 row, I could just switch the top and bottom row of like 2 ducks, and I would have this one, right? But I think it's easier to do if I just try to like do the square here, right? Otherwise, it's not gonna work. I think I have an idea. Let me try something. I think I can switch the location of 2 ducks. Let me just put them aside here in case it doesn't work, right? Switch these 2. Okay. Then I will swap top and bottom row ducks, and I will switch these 2. Then I can rearrange the order of a straight line of 3 ducks on my board. And I will just do it like this. Ah, no, that's not gonna work. This one is still not correct here, right? Otherwise, I almost would have had that. No, okay. Then I would have to put everything back the way it was. Ah, that would have been perfect. But unfortunately, I cannot do that. Oh man, that would have been so amazing. Seriously. But then we'll just do it simpler. Switch locations of 2 ducks. I will just switch these 2 here. And then I have the crisscross here. That's fine. Not amazing. But I guess it is okay. Alright, so these are all moved down. We get 4 new ducks. I mean, I'm doing pretty well, right? This may be one of my best solo games of this game, solo sessions, this game yet. Ooh, look at all of these yellow ducks. Alright, including that one. So like this, I get 2 new cards, orbit again, and swap. Alrighty. So I will swap locations of 2 ducks, and I will swap these 2, like this, right? Then I will rearrange the order of a straight line of 3 ducks. I will just put this one over there, like this. Then I will rotate a square group, like this. Then I can swap any number of top and bottom row ducks, and I will just swap all of that in such a way. Look at this. This was a really good move because now I actually have this pattern here. Ooh, that is amazing. That was really nice. So now I don't have any cards anymore, so I can just draw 2 cards and just have to hope that I can work with those. But I have a lot of points already, so I would be fine with having to end the game here. I'm quite happy with all the points here. Oh, that's like 4 different colors in a row. Okay, that's going to be easy. Ooh, look at this pattern. But I think it's not going to help me. Alright, so let's put 5 new ducks here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. I have to take a look at the balance in just a moment. Alright, so we get 2 cards. Gravity assist and teleport. Teleport is what I meant. You can just swap any 2 ducks. Gravity assist, swap 1 duck on your board with a duck it's next to, then swap it with another duck that it touches. So you can like move 1 duck 2 spots, so to speak. Okay, like this one here, I already have, right? 1, 2, 3, these are all different colors here. So you know what? I will just make it easier. Take this one, it's just 1 point, but I get 2 more cards, which is good. Abduction and wormhole. Okay, sure. I mean that is good. Just having more cards. Wow, this is actually like a really long session. Amazing. I think this is the longest solo session I've ever had with this game here. All right, so then let's just here. Okay, so let's see what we have. 5 in a row. Can I get that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do have 4 whites and a green one. I can do this one here. First swap 1 duck with this one here, and then also with that one. And then I just switch the position of any 2 ducks on my board. I will just switch these 2 here. And I have 5 whites in a row. Amazing. Wow. I'm really having a lot of points at the moment. That is pretty crazy. Alright. And I get 2 more cards. I'm doing well. This is amazing. Alright, so let me put these 5 back in the UFO. Then shuffle that up. I'm always going off screen, so it's not too loud. I'm just trying to move away from the mic as much as I can. Okay, we even have a few wilds again. That is great. Okay. So, let's see what we can do. Oh, actually, this one is quite easy to get. How about this one here? Oh, this one I could also get. But what I can do is I can remove the duck here and then just shift everything downstream. Put that back and draw a new one. And then I actually have like these 4 here, right? Egg. I have this one. We're going to remove these 4, put them back in the UFO, put these downstream here, and draw 4 new ones. There we go. Oh, another wild. Okay, sure. Yeah, I'll take this wild at any time. So now imagine I didn't have the wilds, right? Then I would have finished like much earlier. Shapeshifter and gravity assist. Oh, that was the one where I could like move one duck like 2 spots. Okay. So let's see what we can do here. Maybe this one, because this one is not possible. This would be possible, but kind of tough. This would also be possible if I had the top and bottom row switch stuff, and I don't have that. No, I don't. This here is kind of hard to get as well. So let's try this one here. That means I would have to move this one over there. Can I do that? Yeah, I can do this one here. That means I can rearrange the order here of these 3, and I wanted to have this one over here, right? Like this. So now I have this. Snake, wonderful. Well done, well done, well done. All right. Everything is moved down here. We get 4 new ducks. I still can't like get over it, like how long this playthrough is. I thought like, oh man, I'm probably gonna lose. Just after having gotten 2 or 3 cards. But I guess not. All right, so I get 2 new cards, but I have 4 already, so I only get 1. Gravity assist. Alrighty. So what else can we do? This one is like very hard to get. This one here. I need 5 ducks for that. I don't have 5 in one color. I don't have 5 in one color. Oh. So this is going to be rough now. I can only do this. But what I can do is I can get like any card, any duck in here. And hope that I will get a few yellow ones. Okay, 1 yellow. Okay, that is not too bad. Put the yellow there and the blues over here. Oh, I should have put these back. Okay. Then I can like do some shifting, but I don't really want to shift anything because these are in a very good position, right? What I could do is just remove. Yeah, okay. What I could do is I could remove these 2. Just hope for a yellow. There actually is a yellow. That is good. And then I'll do the same thing again with this duck. Up there, and then go over there. So now I managed to do that. Ooh, that was rough. That was really rough. So these are all gone. I get 4 new ones. Shuffle these up and get 4 new ones. There we go. Okay, that's a completely different color. That could prove to be a little bit difficult. But let's see. And then I got 2 new cards. Alrighty. So I still don't have 5 in one color, so I cannot do these 2. I have to do this. Let me just remove. Let me remove these 3. Don't shift anything, and just get 3 new ones. These are all whites. Oh no, and a wild one. Okay. How do I best do this? This one I can get over down here, right? Then put this one maybe here. Actually, yeah. I think that's okay. Like this. I will take this one here and swap it here and swap it there, like this. So I have like these 3 here. Now like these blue ones over here. And what I will do is I will remove 3 ducks again, these 3 here, and get 3 new ones in the hope there is a blue one amongst those. There is, and even a wild. Wonderful. Okay, so I will put the blue one here, wild, this one. Yeah, I think that's fine. So I got 3 pink and 3 blue here, right? So I got this one. Ooh, that was rough. That was very rough. All right, so, but we're doing really, really well. Like there are like games where like you do like way, way worse than how we do today. Okay, so Almost done. Get 2 more cards here and put 1 more there. So I still don't have 5 of one color, so I still can't do these. That's pretty bad. I have to do this one. That's also 5. Oh, 5 of one color. And I don't have any of those. Yeah, but I don't think I think this is now where I lose. So I move this one over here. No, it's not possible. So I can just swap a little bit around if I want to, which doesn't really matter. And then I can get 1 stuck onto my board, but I'm still not going to be able to do it. Yeah. Alright, I think this is like where we have to end this. Yeah, this is where we have to end this. Yeah, maybe there would have been a way to somehow get this one, but I'm not quite sure. So, the end of the game happens when you don't have a card to play anymore, and you also can't claim a pattern card, right? That would be now at the end. So now we take all of the cards that we have collected, which is a lot, as you can see. Just count up all the points. So we have 6, 12, 19, 24, 31, 32, 40, 43, 47, 56, 63, 73, if I'm not mistaken, 77, which is really a lot. And then we go here to the solo mode, you see here. And we have like different rankings here, and with 77 we are at manager, 52.99. So you see we did really well, but you can still do better. Most of the time I'm like associate or supervisor, right? Usually I have like between 15 and 50 points. This time I have 77, which is a lot. This is really nice. And manager. Yeah, and this is how you play Abducktion. This is a very simple game. I like the game in general. I have only played it solo, but I have heard that it is not as good with like more players because like weight is too random. Because these cards, like these just vanish, right? Like these are just like people like exchange these, and then you sit there and think like, yeah, well, great. Now I have to like reorganize everything. So the game is probably best at 2. Solo, it's also a nice puzzle, but today we were lucky. Sometimes you can have games where you just like lose after getting 2 or 3 cards. Something like this, right? This was a situation that was very, very tough. Sometimes you only get cards with like 5 ducks, and you only have 3 ducks of the same color here, right? Or a maximum of 4, and you can't get any ducks there, then you automatically lose pretty much, right? What you can do as a rule, you can like take 3 of your action cards, discard them, and then you can like wipe the entire board and put 10 more ducks there. But in a solo game, where you only can have 5 cards maximum, and you remove 3, that's always a death sentence as well. So this is kind of tough solo. I like the puzzle in general, but I just think that solo, it's too luck driven. With more than 3 players or something, at least I've heard, it's like too random. So I think that the game is best at 2, maybe 3 players. And it's also decent solo. Like what this game really does well is the theme, right? Like the components are amazing, like this UFO here, right? With all the ducks in here, that is really, really cool. Also the ducks look really great as well. Like the cards, they have a decent quality, they're okay, but the boards are really well done also. And what I really like is the insert, right? Because you see, like, you put the UFO in here, you put your cards in here, you have everything in here, and even when you put like the cover on it later on, when you put everything in here, then you even have, oh, that's the wrong way, sorry. Let me just fix that quickly, like this, right? You put like the UFO in here, and then you see you have here space, and here you even have room for the expansion. And this is like really well done. So in terms of components and also the like funny theme and the organization, this game is great. In terms of gameplay, you will have to figure that out for yourself. If you like the gameplay enough, I think it's pretty cool. I just think that like at most player counts, it does have like a few issues here and there, but it's a pretty cool thing. So yeah, that concludes my playthrough of Abducktion, a weirdly strategic duck kidnapping game. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for staying to the very end. As usual, I would like to thank you all for your support, especially I want to give a shout out to my generous patrons. Big thanks go out to Thagano for supporting me at the highest tier. You can also support me by watching, liking, and commenting on my videos, subscribing to my channel, support me on Patreon, and joining my Discord server to hang out with me and my amazing community. I thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the very next video. Take care everyone, stay safe, and cheers.